Welcome to my live. I am so excited that you're able to join me. We are going to have so much fun. Say hi as you come in so I know that you're here. If you are new and are not currently working with a designer, please just comment the word newbie and I will make sure to send you some Club Couture information. If you're watching the replay, hi. So what is Club Couture? We are a fun, high-end DIY home decor company used to make different gifts and decorations from your home on a budget. So Club Couture has so many fun products. We have our Chalkology chalk paste, which is great for chalkboards where you can design and repeat as much as you like. We also have Couture ink, so you can make permanent on fabrics or glass or ceramics. We have hundreds of reusable silkscreen transfers, lots of fun tools, and a full assortment of different surfaces for all of your projects. You want to make sure you join my Chalkaholic VIP group. This is where there's so much more fun and there's specials. You can also sign up for a workshop. I love to hold workshops and share my love of Club Couture. We also have Club Couture. This is a fun mail subscription where you get an exclusive transfer and chalk paste sent to your home every month for the low price of $19.99. You can also host your own private party, get your friends and family together and make your own projects. You can also become a designer and start your own empire. There's so many different ways with Club Couture to make money. If you are excited about any of these things, please just send me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So don't forget, in my Chalkaholic VIP group, if you post a picture of your finished project, you will be entered in a drawing for a free transfer every month. How exciting is that? So without further ado, let's go on and let's chalk this project. Thank you so much for helping me, and let's chalk.
Good morning. Good morning, Julie. How are you? Are you at work this morning? Are you at work? I'm having a no makeup. Hey, Rosemary. So, I know it is early. I am a mess, but this project is going to be so amazing that I figured I would just show the project and not so much of myself. Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys? So, this video was supposed to have been done last night. Gosh, behind me is a mess, right? This project was supposed to be done last night, but I went to a doctor's appointment and then had to get stuff. Hey, Susan! And then I ended up going to Hobby Lobby, which, I mean, it's kind of like Target, right? You can't just go in to Hobby Lobby and then get out. And I thought I would be faster because I had my son with me. This is the first time we've both been in a retail store since this whole pandemic. The first time my son had a mask, I had a mask. It was something. I'm good, Rose. Hey, Kelsey. So yeah, I was not getting out of there quickly. Right? So the reason why I had to go in there was partly for this video because I needed some ribbon for what I was gonna make. Sunday is my mother-in-law's birthday, and she just moved into a condo that's new for her. She really downsized from a big house, and I wanted to make her something pretty for her birthday. My husband is like making some ribs on the big green egg, and we're gonna have family and fun. So I wanted to make something pretty for her because I have never made her anything. I've made things like I made her a glass frame. I think you guys saw the video, and it said TGIF. Think, what is it? This something about a great grandma, and it broke. So we're gonna make something for her today, and I'm going to incorporate the door tags along with the watercoloring. Okay. If you've never done the watercoloring, you're going to want to check this out. Hi, Patty. All right, let me put my coffee down so we can do this. The transfer we're going to be using, don't be sad because it is sold out, but I have one left for sale. This is called Boho Flowers. Look at these beautiful, beautiful designs. This is all one transfer. This is an E size. I'm going to be using one of them, so I was thinking maybe as giveaways, anybody that would like to try watercolor, the parts that I don't use, maybe we can figure out some fun giveaway that, like a freebie with a purchase, that if you get a surface and some paste singles, you could get one of these pieces to try to also do watercolor, okay? We'll see. I don't know if we can do that or not. I will find out. Okay. Patty, how much is this? I'll have to let you know, because like I said, this was one of the transfers that was released out of the transfer vault, and people have been wanting this back so bad that it sold out. And I was lucky enough to grab 3, but I already sold 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this apart. But I think this would be a great gift with purchase, don't you think? If you get a surface, I think that would be cool. I think I can't sell it individually, but I think I could do a giveaway, right? Like, I don't think they can complain if I give you something. I don't know. I have to see what is legal in Chalkland. So we have that one, and we have these. I'm just gonna cut these apart. These have little cut lines. If you have a wedding coming up, this would make gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous decorations, right? Ooh, and look at this cute little arrow. All right, so aren't these beautiful, all of these pieces? And then what I did is I took these wooden door tags. We have to see which ones fit on it. And I have one in purple, and I painted one in gray. I just put some wax on it. Anytime I chalk on a wooden surface, I use wax. And I know some people have messaged me that are brand new to Club Couture asking me what that means. Well, Club Couture has this little chapstick paste wax. This was a little bigger project. And for projects like this, I actually like to use the min wax, okay? And you just put it on there. It protects your surface. It also protects your transfer. Remember, these transfers are reusable again and again, and you don't want little wood pieces getting on the back of your transfer. And also with the grain of the wood, where's my cloth? There's some wax still on here. The grain of the wood, it kind of keeps the wax from getting in all those little nooks and crannies and bleeding. I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure I got all that wax off. And this is gonna be a really pretty door tag. I'm trying to figure out which one would fit best. You're too big. You're too big. How about this one? Oh, this would be pretty. Perfect. So let's say we had this flower on here. Do we want to put the flowers on the purple, or do we want to put the flowers on the gray? I think the gray, like this. She loves purple. Purple is her favorite color. So I had to do that one in purple, but it's very pretty anyways. Ta-da! Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do this on the gray. And I'm gonna show you how this watercolor works, okay? So let me move this tag out of the way. Now, if you look at this transfer, I'm just gonna put boho, because this is probably the only one I'll keep, boho. If you look at this transfer, you'll notice all of the white outline, okay? Now, anywhere that you see the white is going to be where the silk screen is. This is not a stencil that is open, so I will go ahead and peel it off a little bit. You see this? There's silk screen behind it. So everywhere that you see the white behind it, it's what's gonna transfer onto my tag, okay? Let me move all of these out of the way. Maybe we'll have to use this somewhere, because that's really pretty. What do you think? We'll see, we'll see. I'm just gonna plop those down right there. And the watercolor technique is so awesome, because what we can do is we'll lay the outline down, and then we can literally use our chalk paste to paint the picture, and then we end up putting it back on top to doing the outline again, and it looks like a beautiful watercolor. Well, it's supposed to. I can't paint, but I'm going to show you how easy this is with Club Couture, all right? So what we're going to do is, I already labeled the back, so I know which backer sheet goes with the transfer. And as you can see, the backer sheet is really glossy, so you always want to stick your transfer back to the glossy side. And then I'm going to just put this on my fuzzing cloth. I feel like I might have rubbed too hard when I was waxing, so I'm going to try to see if I can get that. Oh, I probably should Oh, it'll be okay. She's not as much of a perfectionist as I am. I was gonna say, if I get really close, you can see that streak on there. Ugh, it's gonna bother me. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that paint, and I think we can do a light color in and dry it so it looks better. These chalk tags are not a Club Couture product. These are actually from Etsy. There's a seller on there that makes these. Club Couture does have smaller tags, and I just use the cheapest acrylic paint, which is probably why this happened. And I'm just going to brush it on, and then we can let this dry while we're doing our watercolor. But that streak really was going to bother me on there. I am not a perfectionist, but if there's something I can fix, why not, right? So I'm just going to put another layer of this. I probably should have started with 2 layers anyway, right? But I was trying to do it the easy way. Sometimes I like that brushed effect. Hold on a second. I'm going to get this everywhere. Sometimes I like the brushed effect on the board. So we're just going to give this a nice thin coat over that. And on this tag, we're just going to put the word welcome. So not a lot is going on it, so I don't want a big streak in the background. Okay. Tonight is my virtual chalk party in my VIP group. So if you have a project and you'd like to join us, please come. Those that have RSVP'd will be entered into a kind of like a quote unquote door prize. Normally my events don't include designers, but if you are a designer and you want to come in and you're on my team, there we go. Much better. So we'll just set this to the side and let this dry. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and bring back our gray. Now the fuzzing cloth helps with adding fuzz, but it makes your transfer less sticky, especially since you have the painted wood. You don't want to peel up any of your paint, and as you're layering, you don't want it to peel up any of your other paint, okay? So we just have to put this on and figure out the best way to put this on our tag. And I'm just going to go like this. Now, if we do it high enough, I don't think I want to add the arrow to here. I don't. Let's just go like right here. And then we're going to smooth it on to make sure we don't have any air bubbles, okay? Bubble is trouble. And we're going to go just on here. Now, our other tag is purple, so I'm going to do the outline in one of our dark purples. I'm going to choose Regal, and watch how fun this is, okay? I'm just making sure everything is down. Regal is one of our beautiful purples. I'm hoping this color stays in the catalog. You know, we have a new catalog that is launching in July, and we're going to get 5 new En Vogue colors. And En Vogue colors are temporary colors that are there for that catalog that are special, that will either stay around while supplies last or just during that catalog. So we'll see what's in the new catalog. Okay, so I like my chalk paste to be the consistency of like a Greek yogurt. And if it's any thicker than that, I just add a little bit of distilled water in here and stir it up. All right. This is such a rich color. She loves purple. So I'm gonna put some of this on my tag, just like this. A little bit goes a long way. And I'm gonna take one of my small squeegees, and we are just going to spread, see how that spreads? We are just going to spread this all over that transfer. Try not to get it on my tag, because even though I waxed it, the good thing about waxing is that if you make a big mistake, you can usually wipe it off quickly with a board eraser. But I find that if it's something I just painted, the board eraser might take off some of your paint. So it's best just to try to stay in the lines. This is a project to do while you're drinking coffee and not wine. From experience, I tell you this. Okay, and then I'm just going to take all the excess off. Now that we've transferred the paste through the screen to make our outline, I don't want any extra sitting on top because then it'll give me a thick, clumpy, blotchy transfer. We want to transfer through nice and smooth. And then one of the biggest tricks of Chalk Couture, well, I shouldn't say trick, one of the biggest tips of Chalk Couture is you really need to peel up your transfer before it dries. Because if it dries in the screen, you're going to be left with a patchy transfer, and you're going to not have a great crisp design like this. Look at that, look at that. So while you guys admire this, I'm just going to walk this to the sink and wash it because we're going to need it again to do the final outline. So I'll let that dry, and I'm going to the sink. All right, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn my fuzzing cloth. Hi, Jacqueline. I'm gonna turn my fuzzing cloth to the terry cloth side. To the microfiber side, and I'm gonna lay my transfer here to dry. Okay. Sticky side up. This is a board eraser that I used, and that just cleans all of that paste right off of your transfer. See that? And we'll let that sit. How are you doing, Jacqueline? We are doing, I guess I could say this is more of an advanced Chalk Couture technique because it's not just the simple laying on of the chalk paste. We're doing what's called watercoloring with our chalk paste, which is amazing. It's something super fun that you can do with any of the transfers that leave this fun outline type. So look what that transfer left us. And then I'm going to dry it to make sure it's dry. It just takes a few minutes to dry, but because we're going to be adding watercolor with our chalk paste. Ooh, look at all these flowers. We're going to have to think about what colors we want here. It is, and it's so easy. Did you see? If you guys are just joining, and if you're watching the replay, just type in #replay so I know that you're here and you saw this. So easy. Now, if you are using a dryer like this, I do recommend not getting it close to your transfer, because it'll shrink it like a shrinky dink. And I would say a hair dryer at cool speed is the best. I have some wax up here that didn't rub in. Yes, I love to do these little Facebook Lives. I do them a lot during my weeks off from work. So this is just a fun birthday present. Okay, so let's pick out some colors. And Chalk Couture has these fun little trays. So we'll pick a few of them out. That one still had a little bit of paste in it from painting something else. These are good if you have the paste singles. And these are also good if you want to mix your own color, maybe you have like 3 or 4 colors and you want more colors. This is chalk, Jackie. This is chalk. I called you Jackie, Jacqueline. Can I call you Jackie? Let me see. So this is all chalk that I used on this wood piece. And I want a green. So let me move so I can get a good look at all of these colors. Let's pick out, let's see what colors. Let's pick out Meadow. That's a great green for the stems and for the leaves. And I'm not going to add water to this because I'm going to show you how we're going to turn this into a watercolor. So you only need a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of Meadow in there. And then I feel like we have to have, what, a pink. Call out some colors if you have a preference. We'll get out our peony pink. That goes great with purple. So we'll put some there. I'm probably putting way too much because we really are just going to use a little bit of our chalk paste. So Jacqueline, this is our chalk paste, and it comes in the single packets that I showed, or it comes in these jars. So we have Meadow, Peony. Rosemary says purple. You know what I'm going to pick, girl. I was already going to reach for it. How about our En Vogue Wisteria? Ugh, beautiful. So I'm going to put some of that on here. I'm going to put more of that on there because I think I'm going to do that big flower right there. In that. What else? What other color would help make this pop? We have our green. We have a pink. We have a purple. We can do yellow. We can do orange. Patty says teal. Perfect. So we'll get our Couture teal. And we'll put teal here. We'll see how we do with these colors. Okay. Put some teal. Probably, again, a little too much. But honestly, you can always put these back in your jar also, because all we're going to add... Oh, Christina says... You can call me Jackie. Christina says yellow orange. Let's get another dish and we'll figure out where we want to put this. There's that. We could do this pale daffodil, but why don't we just grab Bumblebee, because that's like a yellow orangey. Or, oh my gosh, why didn't I think of this? We have papaya. We'll just make a couple of these because there's so many flowers on here. We can make this as colorful as we want. Okay, if you are just joining, I do want to let you know this is a more advanced Chalk Couture. Some people would just leave the transfer and you're done. But this is a fun technique where you use your chalk paste to do some watercoloring. It's so much fun. And it is beautiful. Okay, so we have Bumblebee, and let's do a papaya. A guava. I love guava. We do have papaya. Let's pick guava because look at that color. Look how beautiful guava is. Guava was an En Vogue color from a past catalog that was so popular. They're like, we're not getting rid of it. We're going to keep guava around because everybody loves it. And I love how this company listens to us. Okay, so we have all these beautiful colors. I'm going to now take my water, and I'm just going to put a little squirt in each of these because we're going to thin these down so we can paint. Okay, and so I have water in there, and look how I'm turning my paste into a watercolor. Ta-da. So there is our guava watercolor. I'm just use these same sticks. Here is our Bumblebee watercolor. You can add as much water as you need. Like I said, we're not really changing the color, we're just making it thinner. We have our, it is so much fun. You did? Did I see that? Have I already seen that? And you can even watercolor like this on your surfaces, your chalk surfaces, in case you are nervous and you don't want to mess anything up. Because on a chalk surface, you can just erase it right off. Now, I am using a little wood surface. And I love these little dishes. If you don't have these little plastic trays from Club Couture, you can use anything you have. You could even use like a painter's palette. That would be acceptable. But these are just perfect for workshops and for mixing. Like say you really wanted to see what the teal and the purple color made if you mixed them. You can just bust one of these out and mix your color in there. Yeah, I thought about mixing these up like this before the video, but I thought you guys would want to see the process of how I turn these into watercolors. And some people think that I use acrylic paint for this, but no, I'm using my chalk paste. And you could even use your chalk paste to paint your wood. You can. You just add a little water and a paintbrush and you can paint your surfaces with it. Hey, Patience. Okay. So I'm going to show you how this process starts. In the meantime, our outline is over here drying because we're going to use it again at the end. Okay. So I have, hopefully, I have these brushes in different sizes. Hopefully I have the sizes that I need. Where should we start? Let's start, I like to lay like this. So we're gonna start, good morning. We're gonna start with this up here and I'm,
I fell out of my bed.
you fell out of your bed.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, because I jumped out of the bed.
Okay. I should really go to my other craft room and grab, I have smaller paint brushes, but that's what I get for not being prepared. So look, do you see what I'm doing? I am just, and I am not a painter, guys, by any means. I feel like I do not paint well. This is what led me to Club Couture because every time I went to a paint night, my artwork ended up at Goodwill. I cannot paint, but I can use my chalk paste. And it's okay if you get it on the outline because remember, we're redoing the outline. But you want to try to, isn't that pretty? And if you are a talented painter, you can even do shading and stuff like that. I am not that person. Ezra, please go upstairs. This is my son, Ezra, who likes to sabotage.
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 And I'm just going to go ahead. Oh, this is going to be so pretty.
Sabotage! Bye.
Bye. Okay, so I'm going to put this up closer so you guys can see. You see that? I'm literally just coloring. And the good thing about this is that this is a pretty, I'm not even going to tell him you said hi because then he'll run back here. This is such a nice thing. And there's a lot of elements to this one. And the good thing is you don't have to do it all in one sitting. If you just want to do the leaves and then come back later, you can. I have to have this done by Sunday and we're live. So I'm just going to do it here. If you want to come in, leave, watch the replay because I'm not very fast at painting. Or just sit down, relax, grab your cup of coffee, and enjoy. So I'm just going to, I'm sure the bigger flowers will be faster. It's just, I have to concentrate to stay in the lines. This is why I don't paint well. Hi, Courtney. Hi, Patience. Hey, girls. So I'm just going to do this. This is super fun for kids to do also because you could give them a chalkboard and you can give them one of these transfers that has an outline and you can let them sit there and paint and then they can wash it off and then paint it a different color over and over. I just love how easy this paints on. I've even seen a lot of people do those mosaic with a duct tape. you can do that on a chalkboard and use your chalk paste and make a mosaic piece. There we go. And like I said, if I was a better painter, I could even add some darker shading to make it really look, but I'm not a painter. All right. Let me get a paper towel. I'm gonna switch to my thinner brush to do the stem. And remember, you may not want to do any type of painting, which is okay. You could have been done at just the outline because the outline is absolutely beautiful. And not every transfer has an outline, so you can't watercolor every transfer, but it's fun to do the ones you can. Oh, this is so pretty. I feel like we need to add another shade of green for the other leaves. What do you think? Are you tired? I'm just gonna use this and come over here and get these stems. I would call this like paint night gone wild because the regular chalk paste method is so pretty. This is just over the top pretty. Okay, let's go ahead. And like I said, this is a wax board, so if I do go a little out of the line, I can always take a paper towel or my board eraser to clean it up. You also need to know that I'm not a perfectionist. I'm okay if my works have a little bit of Michelle's in it, which means not perfect. I'm not perfect. And you can always tell it's homemade when I do it. Okay. What do you guys think so far? There we go. I'm gonna grab, this is a little lighter green for these little things there because I don't know what they are. This is Are in Vogue from the last catalog. Promise you the flowers will go much faster because they're bigger, but the little details of this part. This is Spring Zing. Isn't that pretty? But I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this for these guys right here. Ooh, that's gonna be really pretty. Just a little lighter green. And I'm gonna put it here. And here. Once I finish these leaves, I'm probably gonna dry it just to make sure I don't fudge anything up here. Just gonna paint. Oh, I love it. Like this. So yeah, if you are new to joining me, I do try to do lives pretty often. There won't be a live video tonight because of the virtual party we're having in the VIP group. So if you're new and you want to check out the VIP group, just comment VIP and I will tell you about it. Let's see if you'd like to come in. That's where I post all of our specials. See, I had a little bit on the outside, but I just took my paper towel and it wiped right off. Okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna dry this paste. I got a little chunky on one of those leaves. Let's see if I can get some of that excess off. There we go. So let's see how it's coming to life. I'm gonna take, I think these little flowers over here, I want to use some of our bumblebee and do a center here, here. Here. I like yellow centers. I don't know my flowers well enough to actually tell you what kind of flower this is, but if you know, you can go ahead and tell me. All right. Hey, Kim. We are painting some flowers. Okay. I'm thinking of making these little ones teal. Let's see how it looks with our Couture teal. This one might be too big. Are you smaller? Hold on. Okay. I'm just washing the chalk paste out of my brush, and then we're gonna move on to these. Oh yes, that's beautiful. It looks really great with the gray background. And we're just gonna paint this here. We have a really pretty floral frame that I actually have in inventory that you can paint your own frame. That's floral. I think it's actually called floral frame. Is my head in your way? And then we have another one called, I think, Love Frame or Heart Frame. That is the heart that you can watercolor also. So we have a lot of fun transfers that you can use this technique on. I wouldn't recommend this technique if you've never done Chalk Couture before, unless you consider yourself one of those crafters that just can do stuff like this. Just putting this on here. This is beautiful. Who shouted out this color? Because you did a good job. I didn't have this originally planned to do the Couture teal, but somebody said teal. I don't remember who that was. And it's okay if you go over the outline, remember, because we're going to realign the transfer. And we are going to put the outline back on. So pretty. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, Patty, good job, Patty. You have an eye for color. We're just going to paint on here. And this regal as the outline is also very pretty against this gray on here. I like these with, are these forget-me-nots? Does anybody here have a green thumb? Are these forget-me-nots? I pretty much know a rose and a lily. I guess I know tulips. Maybe I do know more flowers than I think. But I have a lot of flowers on my porch. And I have no idea what kind they are, but they're very pretty, and they have stayed alive so far this spring, which is amazing for me. Inside my house, mostly all my plants are succulents, so they are doing just fine. They don't even need much water. And then I have a peace lily, and I think those are like impossible to die. So here we go with our, I'm obsessed right now with this teal and yellow. I almost made these white in my mind because I like little white flowers. All right, so now we have those. I'm gonna go back up behind. There's a flower poking behind those. And it's like this flower here. I'm gonna move the teal. I think I'm done with you. I think maybe we'll make this one and this one back here. Should we do it in wisteria? Let's do it. And I'm going to put some there. That was way too thick. But we can use some of that and bring it over here. The wisteria is not showing up as well on the gray. Let's see. I'm going to take my paper towel and pick some of that up. Can you guys see it on there? I think we're gonna have to pick a darker purple, which is okay. What I'm gonna do is take we'll take a little bit of the other purple and just put a little bit in there to make a shade darker. That's why these little dishes are great for mixing colors, because we'll just make this a shade darker. Ooh, that's a pretty color. Just like that. That way it'll be a little more noticeable. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Back here. Very, very pretty. Like that. Like that, and then I'm going to do this flower right here. There's more leaves behind there that I'm going to go back and fill in with the green. But purple is her favorite color, so we'll do this one right here and the purple. And like I said, if I notice anywhere that I'm going off of the board to where the outline is not going to cover, I just take a paper towel and dab it, and it brings it right off the board onto my paper towel because I've waxed it. I'm just gonna cover this with this beautiful purple. Beautiful. dry it. I'm rinsing my brush in between colors because I like this one brush that I have. I'm going to come back and get some of this meadow to do the other side of this leaf. I think it'd be pretty to have a two-dimensional right here. Ta-da! And then there's a leaf. Right back here, I want to be this pretty green, and right there. Okay. So far, amazing, right? I'm gonna rinse this. And we're gonna go to this big guy right here. And I've already decided I want the big guy right there to be the peony. So we're just going to take our peony and fill in this flower. Now, if your chalk paste is too water, you may notice if you use like a really dark outline color and you're using a light color, you may end up spreading some of it, like mixing. Say if you had a black outline and you're putting some white in, you want to be careful going over the lines because it could bleed into and turn it to a gray. So just be mindful when you do it. You may want to like stipple like this over it instead of dragging your brush over the lines if that's happening to you. I don't make my paste that thin. I just add a little bit of water. So I don't have a lot of that happening. May need to make some more of this peony. Oh, she is gonna love this, guys. What do you think? Would you love it if somebody gave you this as a door tag? I really want to try the shading on these, but I don't know what to do. Usually they just take a darker color in areas to really give it some depth. But since I don't know how to paint, and this is so pretty, I don't know if I want to mess with it. Now I'm gonna take one of these bigger brushes and try. In the center of the flower, put darker in the center. Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna use this other brush to get off the excess because I went a little heavy. We'll try. We'll do this one. Maybe we'll do one of our darker. I'm just getting off the excess so that when it dries, it's not gonna be too bumpy to put the outline on. So I'm removing the excess with a dry brush. All right. Okay, what we're gonna do then, feeling brave, I'm gonna take our current jam. And I'm telling you, this is so much better than going out and buying a present. You put your time into it, you put your love into it, they're gonna love it. And you can make it over and over again. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of this and I'm going to kind of go out like this. And then maybe a little bit on some of the edges. Like that. See that? And then I'm gonna use another dry brush just to blend it a little bit in. Blending. Oh, this is so pretty. Okay, Patty, you gave me the confidence, and I'm glad I did it, because this is gonna look amazing. Look what we did there. Can you imagine once that outline goes back over top of that? Okay, I may not be able to give this one away. Whoop, I may have to keep this for myself. I'm not really a flower person, but boy, is this gorgeous. Okay, we're on the last stretch, guys. Thank you for sticking with me if you're still here. Oh, thanks, Rose. All right, I'm gonna move this up, and I think we're gonna need more colors, or let's see. I'm gonna move, actually, I'm gonna do the stem here. Okay, stem is green. I'm gonna move on to the guava and do this big one over here. I think this one will be really pretty in guava. I thought we had another color out, but I don't. We're gonna make this one. I love this color. I'm so glad they didn't retire this color. I hope it's in the new catalog too. New catalog will launch July the 15th. If you are in my VIP group, do another purple one. Good, that is her favorite color. We will. Maybe we'll do the other two in another purple. I do have a VIP group where before the catalog releases, I'm going to go page by page, item by item. So if you're interested in checking that out, I might actually be in the car during the video. We'll see, coming back from unexpected out of town. But nonetheless, you'll be able to see and kind of plan your wish list accordingly, because the new catalog will be out July the 15th for ordering. There will be a brand new designer kit on July 1st. I know a lot of people here are waiting for that. If you love our summer colors, I would say don't wait and just go ahead. But I can't really give you a good guess because I don't have any idea what's in this new catalog. Super excited. But make sure you end up in that VIP event. I wonder how it would be if we did a purple one and added some white as the blender. Okay, there's our guava flower. Let's take this purple and let's add some of our fig to it. Let's add a little bit of fig. Oop, didn't need to do that. Fig. And a little bit of aubergine. Dun, dun, dun. And And let's mix this up and see what we have. Is that similar to that? Kind of. Let's see. I'm gonna pull out an older color called Grape Soda. And that'll add some brightness. Still kind of the same. You know what? Let's put that to the side. I use one of my little cut squeegees to add a little bit of grape soda. It's very bright. Let's brighten up the bottom part. Let's see. And we'll do this one over here. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Wanted to make sure that that Regal you'll be able to see through, because this one was a little darker, but I can see the outline through it, so it'll look really pretty on top of it. We're just going to paint right down there. All right, now we have that one done. Hi, Beverly. I'm gonna put a little bit of white on here. We are doing some watercoloring, Beverly, with our boho flowers transfer. I'm gonna put this around the sides. This was our vault release that sold out, that I do have one left in my inventory. All right, so I put a little bit of white there, and I'm going to kind of blend in a little bit on the sides, because that other one was so much fun. Just adds a little bit extra. All right, so this other flower over here, let's do the same color because that was really pretty. And I'm going to just go like this. Like I said, purple's her favorite color, and the other tag is purple. So this is gonna look really, really pretty. Oh, there's a little leaf there I didn't see. I'll have to do that in green. And we're going to, we're almost there. Like that. And we're going to bring this around like that. Now we're going to go like that. And then I'm going to try to get off all of that excess. And then I'm going to grab a little bit of that white again. I'm going to put it a little more around. Oh, yellow. I didn't see that, Patty. That'd be really pretty. Hold on. We can do it still. Do some yellow. Well, gosh, now I feel like we should have added some to the guava flower because all these other ones are looking amazing. It's okay. So we added a little bit of yellow here. I'm just going to blend it. Hey, Sherry. Just like that. All right, so we have yellow in that one, and that is so pretty. I see a little leaf hiding right here. Too much. So I'm going to do a little bit of meadow on that leaf. And then there's one little part over here that I want in that current jam. Ta-da! What do you think? Should I add something to the guava, Patty? Or just leave that one be? Because it's going to look really pretty with that purple outline. We'll leave it be. Okay, so now we have this. Let's dry. Now, if you didn't mix any of these, you can still add them back to your jar because I did use distilled water to add the water. So it's kind of like just giving your jars a drink of water before you close them, which I love to do anyway. So the ones that I mixed, of course, I'll just wash out. We're gonna dry these. Oh, that purple and yellow look amazing, Patty. Patty is one of the designers on my team that always has great ideas. Okay, so that's all dry. That is all dry. So I'm gonna come back. Just leave it, okay. We're gonna come back to our outline transfer. Look at all these stir sticks I used today. Don't throw them out, they are reusable. And I'm gonna make sure it's dry, and how I do that is I like to put it on the soft microfiber part of my fuzzing cloth and then just folding it in half. Not the transfer, your towel. To make sure there's no wetness. Because remember, our chalk paste is water soluble. It is organic. If you get water on it, it's gonna start to break down. And this, I took so long to paint. What was it, like an hour? That, it's okay. I will do a quickie. If you're on my YouTube channel, you'll know that if I have a long video, I'll post a long video so you could follow along. But then I also do what's called a quickie, and I speed it up and talk through it so you can just listen and watch. So I'll do that this weekend. Okay, so we have our transfer. And we're just gonna reline it up. Reline it up over top. I don't have my glasses on, but this looks like it's lined up to me. Let me just double check. Let me just double check. That looks good. That looks good. Let me start here. That looks good. looks great. That looks perfect. All right. So we have it back over top. Okay. And then where is my Regal? Everything should be dry. Looks like everything's lined up again. I don't have a stir stick. Hold on. I used up all my stir sticks. Now we're just going to put a little bit on here, and then we're going to quickly take our small squeegee and do that outline again. And remember, the wetness on here can start breaking down that paste, so we want to get it done and peel it up. All right, she is going to love this. All the excess needs to come off. We want a nice, clean outline. All right, now we're gonna take this. You ready? Oh, I'm scared to look. I'm scared to look. How does it look? Tell me how it looks. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna walk this to the sink. I'm so nervous now. Oh my God, you guys! Look. Oh my gosh, let's try this. Oh my goodness, it turned out perfect. If I can do this, anybody can. That yellow and purple flower is beautiful. Thanks, Rose. Okay, have that dry. We'll let that dry. Look at this. I will hold it. Look at that. See the purple and the yellow? Thanks, Patty. Okay, so let's move on to our second tag, which is going to take like 3 seconds to do. I'm going to put that over there. Where is my other tag? We have our purple tag. Let me move all of the stuff that's going to get on here. I'm just going to take these. Okay, so I'm going to use the welcome to our porch sign because I love the font of this welcome. All right. So let's see. Let's pretend this was put together because I'm going to glue them. And it's going to be like this. Ooh, this is going to be thing. What color should we do the word welcome? And we're going to go like this. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. And we have so many transfers with the word welcome. You don't have to use this one per se. There's so many different ones. I'm going to fuzz this. I just like the font of this one. All right. So I'm going to put welcome here. Let's see. And this there. What do you think of that? Oh my gosh, I feel like we're gonna have to put a flower or two on there. We'll see. Welcome. It's hard to tell because we have this huge. I think that's good. What color? Should we do this in white? Oh, Patty says gray or white. Let's maybe white. White might really pop against that, against the, or what about our grayish? Grayish, because that will match our other tag. Yes. Good call, Patty. So, let's use grayish. I'm gonna be going on some crazy, oh, Rose says white. Should we do white or should we do gray to match the other tag? Let's see how this looks. This will kind of tie both of the tags together. I haven't used greige. Greige is such a beautiful beigey gray. Stir, stir, stir. And then make sure we don't have any air bubbles in our screen. And I'm just gonna put it over that word welcome. And then go across. Welcome, let's grab that E in there. All of the excess will go back in the jar. Oh, I love this color. And this seems to be perfect match to our other tag. I feel like I have a little air bubble in there, so I'm a little nervous. But honestly, who's even gonna notice this word when you have those flowers to look at? All right. Oh, I didn't wax this, remember? So I'm gonna lift it off nice and carefully. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Now let's go ahead and dry this. All right. Now that is the normal Club Couture way, right? Put the transfer down, a little bit of color, take it off. So we have the normal way, and then we have the watercolor. What do you guys think of this? I'm not even gonna add anything to this other one. I think if I really wanted to, I could take one of these flowers from that transfer and add it here, but I'm happy with this just the way it is. And what I'll do is I'll just glue it. I have something on this board that's bothering me. Hold on. It's like a little splatter of pink or something. Hold on. Might just be in the wood. I'll just leave it there. Ta-da! Right? And then I left a little space at the top because I found this almost holographic bow. And, oh, I don't know if it, I'll tell you what. You guys don't know her very well. The gaudier, the better. She loves gaudy. But I was going to have this bow. I don't know. I feel like it takes away from it. I like it without the bow. I like it without the bow. I thought it would make that pretty bow because she loves sparkly gaudy, and this is very iridescent. But I feel like this is too pretty for this gaudy bow. What do you think? Too pretty for it. Way too pretty for it. Maybe I'll just use this ribbon for something else. Want to come see what I made your mom for her birthday?
Sure. There's sausage for you if you want it. Oh, it's very pretty.
Like for her door?
It's very pretty. Bright colors too.
Painted it. It's.
You airbrushed it?
No, not airbrushed it. I put the transfer on and then I painted every part of it.
Oh. Look at you.
Impressive.
All fancy.
Let's see. Oh, that would be pretty. Raffia, she said. I have to get some of that.
Try to cut the lawn real quick before the next car when the bike comes up. Then we'll go to work
You're going to work?
for a little bit.
So here we have, look how pretty that is. That would be pretty, Patty, some raffia. And I do have to go, hey Deborah, I do have to go to a store today because I need some melting colored chocolate for a project I'm doing this weekend. Ta-da! There we go. So yes, I'm not going to use that bow, but raffia would be very pretty. I wonder if they make it in like a purple. And I don't even know if she has a wreath holder. So the holes on here will go directly into the wreath holder. So I will do the quickie video. Like I said, I will go ahead and do that this weekend. But isn't this adorable? She is going to love this. And like I said, I will just glue them together like this. And this will be on her door. These are door tags. I always say door tags are the new wreaths. But there is my chalk site. If you're not in my VIP group, just comment VIP. I will let you in there because tonight we have a fun event. What else? I guess that's all for today. And then I will see you guys again tomorrow for another project. Bye.